What's up, everybody? Welcome to Green Autism Presents Reasons to Smile, episode number 8, the bullying edition. Now, bullying is a very touchy subject. I know I was bullied, and it can cause a lot of problems. Sometimes I still deal with the problems my bullying as a child and teenager has caused me. But the name of this series is to look at the positives in life. So today, we're going to be counting down 10 reasons why you should smile related to bullying in no particular order. Let's go! Add the fancy intro here. Our first story today is about a girl named Nadia Sparks. Now, Nadia Sparks is a student at a local high school over, I believe, in the UK. And on her way to and from school, she rides her bike and collects trash on the side of the road in order to help the environment. Well, as they do, people started picking on her and calling her trash girl. They did really mean things in there. And unfortunately, she's recently had to change schools because of it. That's my knee. But instead of letting that get to her, she actually embraced the name trash girl they gave her and used it as a social media campaign. And this story actually helped a lot of other people start cleaning up the environment and doing litter pickups, what have you. I think this is a great story about staying true to ourselves. Often the bullies pick on us for who we are, but the most important thing that I can tell you guys is to not change who you are for it. And this story just proves it. As a result, she became an ambassador to the Worldwide Wildlife Fund and actually received a volunteer award from the Prime Minister himself. And again, this is why you need to stay true to yourself for things like this, because you can accomplish what you want to do, just like Nadia did. Next, our next story takes us over to Tennessee. And there was this dude at a high school who was wearing the same outfit to the school every single day and became the target of bullying, unfortunately. Now, the article I read doesn't specify why, but there can be a few reasons why, and I'm not really going to get into them. While two of his classmates actually got him some new clothes, shorts, shoes, and even a new pair of sneakers. And seriously, guys, you need to go check out this video. It is really cool. It's also linked to a news article thing in there, so be prepared for that. But, yeah, they actually went out of their way, gave him some of their stuff, and bought him some new stuff. And there's always some kindness out there, guys. Our next story takes us over across the pond again, and then some. Now, over in the Middle East specifically. Marvanian Iran specifically. Now, there's this teacher named Mohammed Ian, and he's a teacher at a place called the Sheikh Shalatoots. I'm probably mispronouncing the hell out of that, excuse me. Something elementary school, and he noticed that one of his students was losing his hair and actually going bald. This being the result of an unspecified illness the article really didn't go into. One source I read said cancer, but take it with a grain of salt because it was only in one of the things I read about it. Now, instead of giving him support, his peers in that class actually started bullying him. And stress is not going to help an illness. I don't really know what illness it is, but stress is going to make things worse. That was until our hero in the story, Mohammed Ian, actually decided to shave his head as a show of solidarity to his pupil. Not only after that did the bullying cease, but a lot of his classmates actually shaved their heads as a show of solidarity to him afterwards. Now, this story has traveled very far and picked up some solid steam. The president of Iran himself even heard about this and praised Ali, and the government of Iran is now paying for the little boy's treatment. Did you know there are many people who were bullied heavily during their adolescence and went on to be incredibly successful? Don't believe me? Look at perhaps one of the most famous rap artists we have out there today. Does the name Eminem mean much to music lovers out there? I'm not even a fan of rap, and even I really like Eminem. He's funny, especially with his diss tracks. Anyway, See, as a kid, he would often find himself moving around from place to place, and would find himself the target of bullying because of the new kid status. He would get beat up by multiple bullies, and I think he mentioned in the article that he would get jumped in the bathroom hallways, physically attacked just for being the new kid. Would you believe he mentioned that music was a great escape to him and helped him through all that? Well, look at him now. One of the most successful rap artists out there, and one of the most entertaining ones. Is that not enough to show you? Well, number 5 can help show you that the bullying doesn't define who you are or predict your future. Remember the lady who played Rose in the 1997 blockbuster Titanic? The film that stood as the highest grossing movie of all time for over 10 years, with over $2 billion to its name? That's just in theaters. Well, the actress who played Rose in the film, Kate Winslet, was bullied quite heavily as an adolescent and even into her adulthood. She revealed that her bullies would mostly make fun of her weight. Many of them also mentioned she would never become an actress. Insert the want sound effect here. Boy, she never became an actress, huh? And this was all because of how she looked. To some, she was known as Blubber. Now look at her. She is one of the hugest names in Hollywood. So, it leads me to the question to all you. By the way, this episode is dedicated to the people who are being bullied. Now, to the people who are being bullied watching this or have been bullied, think about how the bullies made you feel like you think you are going to be or what you are. And then look at these 2 stories about the successes both of them became. Why can't you do that? Because we can all do it, guys. We can all do it. More often than not, we think of jocks and football players as that of bullies and jerks. I know I did when I was in high school. Not that my school had a football team, but I still saw jocks as the bullies and jerks. Anyway, this story teaches us not to judge a book by its cover. See, there was this girl named Shy, I believe her name was, who was born with some kind of brain disorder, the thing my source didn't specify. And as things like this happened, she became the target of bullies. Her mother emailed Carson, who I believe was the captain of their high school's football team, who was undefeated at the time, because he was a family friend, to help Shy with this. And he actually did start a friendship. And since then, they've eaten lunch together with the football teams. The other football team members have joined in. And the bullying has stopped, and now she's starting to enjoy high school. And like I said, we can't judge a book by its cover, and this proves it. Just because the person fits in that sort of category of people, we don't know them, and they can be just as good as us. Now, number 7, it's a bit of a personal story of mine from when I was in high school. As I mentioned in a few things, I've been the target of bullying for a long time. And it still hurts even to this day on some levels. I was the victim of bullying from the time I started kindergarten, a little bit on and off, to the point when I graduated high school. Now, this particular day was not an expectation from any of that, and actually it was one of the worst days I can remember in school. Usually most of the stuff would happen behind closed doors, not things. Now, I'm not going to share the details, but it dates back to a few videos ago when I had a journal full of my precious details about myself and my mental health, all written down for my eyes only, aka the worst parts of me at the time, pretty much stolen. And the bully who took it for a bit, actually, I believe she took a picture of all the stuff and threw the journal back at me. So, after encountering said bully in the hallway one day at school, who stole the journal and had all these intimate details about my life that I'm not even ready to share with really anyone else, I was left sitting down on the floor of one of the hallways at my school with my hands over my eyes, just bawling, crying. Now that never happened. It really never really happened. Because for the most part, I would keep that behind things. And it was in between classes and stuff, and dozens upon dozens of people actually did come through the hallway and saw me. Nobody ever stopped or asked if I was okay or anything, until one teacher I'm not going to name stopped me, and we actually had a nice conversation. I didn't share the really big details, but it actually did inspire. He was a very nice guy. He wasn't my teacher or anything, but he wrote me a note for my next class so I wouldn't get in trouble. And talking to him actually gave me the courage to go to the school with this bully. And it actually worked out well for me. Now, number 8, Robert Downey Jr. is a real-life superhero. So there was this kid named Daniel who just so happens to be a big fan of comics, in his case, Marvel, especially Iron Man. Well, Daniel suffers from cystic fibrosis, and as a result, he has basically tubes attached to his chest and sides. He called it an arc reactor. Now, unfortunately, Daniel became the victim of intense bullying as a result, and it was really getting him upset. And his mother took to Instagram to ask Robert Downey Jr., aka Iron Man from the MCU, to add a few words of encouragement for him. Instead of a few words, he wrote an entire post and invited Daniel to the Hollywood red carpet premiere of Captain America. Sorry, my nose is driving me crazy, as his personal guest. And yesterday, I was watching YouTube looking for stories. We're going into number 9 now. And when I came across this video, it was written from the point of view of a reformed bully. Now, she just was self-described as a smart, popular girl who thought she was better than everyone else and it was okay to use people. One day in her class, this girl, Sophie, who was a bit smarter than her, corrected her about something. So she started picking on her and one day followed her home and found out a terrible secret about her. Basically, her father was abusing her. And this bully actually felt bad and became friends with her and stopped her way and reformed who she was. Now, number 10 goes out to you and who you are, especially, my friend. You are a very special individual with a very wonderful and distinct personality that makes the world so beautiful as it is. Now, if you are being bullied and watching this video, please tell a teacher, a supervisor at work, or a trusted adult. If at first you don't succeed, keep trying, because I promise you it will work out. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Number 9 is a special edition again coming next week. See ya!